Hi, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your June 21st, 2024 full moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. It gets this channel seen by the YouTube algorithm, which gets it seen by more people. So, thank you so very much for doing so. And let's see now what the tarot has to say. And as always, the cards will tell you what you need to know, not what you want to know. Let's begin. All right. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Okay. So spirit is a bit chatty right now. I'll get everything lined up so you can see it all perfectly. All right, we are crowned here with the Two of Wands. So this new moon is in Capricorn. Now, if we're born on the cusp with Capricorn, if we have Capricorn energy in our chart, this energy feels very comfortable to us. This moon will feel very comfortable to us. Some people are having a little bit of a hard time with it. But, you know, the great thing about Sagittarius energy is Sagittarius, you are ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter enhances whatever it is near or with. And so we're enhancing the Capricorn energy. We're enhancing the ruled by Saturn, having everything kind of lined up like perfect little soldiers, type of thing, like the toy soldiers, to march off into the distance. That's what we're going to be doing during this time. It's kind of like we're setting things up and seeing, how am I going to move this forward? Where am I going here? Where am I going there? How am I doing this? How am I doing that? I always look at Saturn energy as like the forensic accountant, the person who can just like dive into all the numbers, all the facts about everything, and just lines it all up and says, oh, okay, here it is, here's this, here's that. What usually overwhelms people, it's like, okay, I see it, I get it. And we're going to see with this moon that with the Two of Wands, doors open to us. This is going to be a time, because we are so cool and level-headed, where others might be more stressed and more chaotic and more overwhelmed. It's like, okay, doors open. It's like, okay, I got this. Okay, I see this. Okay, take it step by step. And then all of a sudden, where other people are freaking out, we're like, no, I got this. And we do. We then have the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles is, I mean, I love the Reiki hands, right? Over it, Reiki, Qigong, however you see it. But with the Seven of Pentacles, it's patience. But it's patience as we grow things. And it's knowing that it's going to start with the root system first, because all the pentacles are down here by the roots. And what is up here is a smaller plant. And it makes me think of a bonsai. And what's so interesting here is that, yes, bonsai roots, you have to change the pot of a bonsai, because it grows bigger, like the roots grow bigger than the plant itself, because you're constantly trimming it to fit its environment. And isn't that what we do with ourselves? Like, we're constantly trimming ourselves, molding ourselves to fit the environment that we're in, to fit what is being expected of us. But we have that complex root system that will not be controlled. We just will not be. So here, there's patience that is needed. But it's also saying, how are you adapting to your situations? How are you moving yourself forward? What are you moving towards? Where is it that you want to be? Patience is going to serve you very, very well during this time. And then we have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is celebration. The Four of Wands is new job opportunity. It's moving forward. It's, it can be getting married. This is the minor kind of marriage card. There can be a patience here. You can be wanting to push something or thinking, oh my gosh, when will my time come? Type of thing. And here it's like, just be patient, just be calm with your celebration and start celebrating you. Because once you start celebrating you, people are going to be like, well, what the heck does this person have? I want it. So here with the Four of Wands, it's celebration, it's coming together, it's joy. Again, it's moving house, it's, changing jobs. It's just an elevation of things. It's something that is celebrated. It can be a birthday. It can be anything that we're sitting here and saying, I'm celebrating this. It can be, the summer solstice that happens on the 20th. It's the 20th, the 21st, and 22nd during this year that the summer solstice hits. So during this time, it's celebrating ourselves. It's also knowing that this time is the first day of Cancer energy. So we're ending Gemini energy, which is our sister sign, Sagittarius. And so we're going into Cancer energy. And Cancer's sister sign is Capricorn. So there's a complexity here as we step into this energy, but we're already used to it because we've been in the sister sign of Gemini. So it's easier. It's easier. It's calmer. Now we have the Strength card. This is strong Leo energy, time frame July 23rd to August 22nd. And this is strength. This is determination. This is focus. This is insight. This is going after what we want. This is also the sun energy. So the fact that the sun illuminates things for us, we're going to find that the day is really important to us. Daylight is really important to us. But we're also going to find that the illumination of the new moon, not the new moon, of the full moon is going to be so important to us as well. It's kind of like we're illuminating the shadows, we're illuminating the doubts, we're illuminating the fears. And during this time as well, we are going to be looking at ourselves and saying, okay, 6 months ago, I set a goal for myself with the new moon in Capricorn. Now with this full moon in Capricorn, how has that goal come forward? How have I changed my life? And where do I stand? What do I want? Now, with the Queen of Swords, this is nobody's fool. I mean, the Strength card is also slow and quiet strength. That's what the Strength card tries to teach us. It's the person here. She's half lion, half girl, and she has the lamb right by her. It doesn't seem to go, and yet it does. And so this is going to be a time that we find our greatest strength comes from our heart. It's not going to be the brute force strength. It's not going to be the I'm naturally talented, I don't have to work at it strength. It is the strength of dogged determination that comes forward. And it really does change things for us. And the Queen of Swords just absolutely reiterates this for us. The Queen of Swords is, again, that dogged determination. It is the person who realizes, you know what? I've been forged. I've been having situations in my life coming up against, time and time again, certain things, certain understandings, and I am being forged. I am seeing myself so differently than I have seen myself before. Now, the Queen of Swords is also the most masculine of the queens, so she usually gets a bad rap because she will not fit in the box that you put her in. And you'll see that with air sign energies, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You will see that people, and also with people with a lot of air sign energy in their chart, they will always kind of keep something back to surprise you. And Sagittarius, you kind of like that. You like to figure out the truth about things, but you also like that with yourself, keeping something back to surprise, to move forward and saying, this is my truth. I didn't have to run it past you first. So that is going to be very important here as well. We're embracing our voice. We're embracing our determination. We're embracing our focus. We're embracing our practice. Nobody is naturally good with a sword instantaneously when it's put in their hand. Yes, you might be more talented with it than others, but you need practice. And it is the only weapon within the tarot. So when the Queen of Swords comes through, she's embracing her femininity, yes, but she's also embracing her strength, right? Right next to the Strength card, most definitely. We're going to see a strength in our voice, a strength in our knowledge, our way of communicating, our way of gaining an understanding. It moves us then to the Nine of Swords. We worry a lot. That also happens when you have really strong sword energy coming forward. And with the Queen of Swords, we do. The Nine of Swords is worry, it's doubt, it's fear, it's overthinking, it's overanalyzing, it's staying up late at night because your brain just won't stop. Be mindful about this. We can be very doomy too, like, oh my gosh, this bad thing's going to happen and that bad thing's going to happen. And what about this? And what about that? What about surrendering to spirit? And I know that sounds so absolutely like, oh yeah, sure, fine, right? Surrender to spirit, all your worries go away. But it's like, I'm not going to have all the answers and I can't control the future. So I release it. And that, even though it sounds flippantly easy, it's actually astoundingly hard to implement. And so during this time when we're looking at things and we're looking at our worry and we're looking at our fear and we're up at night doubting and questioning and, looking things over and thinking, oh, I'm not going to be able to do this. It's like, release the fear, know what you need to do, but be aware of the worry. And it's time to stop the worry. It's time to stop being ruled by the worry. It moves us to the Page of Swords. I love that we have the Master energy here with the Queen of Swords and the Student energy here with the Page of Swords. Now, the Page of Swords is also telling us to connect with our inner child and our inner voice. When were you silenced? Were you always told to be quiet? Were you told that children should be seen and not heard type of thing? Did you want to participate, but you didn't feel you had anything to say? When were you silenced as a child? And where do you see that silencing coming up as an adult? Now, it doesn't mean that you have to talk and claim the room, right? Instantaneously. Sometimes it feels like, when you're working with certain people or you're in certain situations, people fight to be the first one to show their dominance in things. And it's like, okay, you can have that. But when you speak and you own what you're saying and you've thought it through and you move forward with like a power and authority of voice, that's what we need to be a student of here. And when we've held back our voice, because we didn't think we were smart enough, we didn't think we were good enough, now it's time to break that pattern. Now it's time to break that. So during this time, if you say, you know what, Dane, I don't want to speak instantaneously. No, you want to read the room, right? You want to be the student taking everything in, but don't overthink it. Don't overthink it and think, you know what? I have nothing to add because I'm not that clever. I'm not that good. I'm not this. I'm not that. So what? So what? You're not the smartest person in the room. Sometimes the smartest people can't see, what's right in front of their face. So just be aware of that. It moves us then to the Three of Pentacles. Now, this is very interesting because a lot of people are having trouble working with others. And Saturn energy is kind of, like closed off. It's kind of like, no, I got this. I'm going to work on this. I'm going to find this all out. With the Three of Pentacles, we're actually going to be really good at working with others, learning other people's strengths. We're learning what other people, have to say, how other people are saying things, how other people are showing things, how other people are bringing things forward. And we're going to be really good at, pulling together people's talents as well as our own, but other people's talents as well. And it brings us then to the Two of Cups. I love this. I love that all your cards, I mean, I wish the Nine of Swords was reversed, but you can't have everything, right? The Two of Cups is the healing, beautiful love. It is that sense of coming together, of healing, of gaining an understanding. Also know that you have very powerful like Leo energy, or the person, you might not know they're a Leo, right? They could just have strong Leo in their chart, or strong air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in their chart. And you're going to find that you are led by somebody who shows their strength, not simply through dominating a situation, right? But through stepping back and being a student and learning. And this person, they can be being humbled right now. They can be learning things. And it's like, man, they just wish, they're like, I wish I was done with my season of learning, right? I just want to be really, really good at XYZ. And this person here, I do see you stumbling across somebody in your life who's really is learning and putting things together. They're going to say something that all of a sudden you're like, oh, and all of a sudden doors open. It's like, oh, I get it. I see it. It's like, oh my gosh, that was the answer. They might not even have been talking about what, becomes the answer to what they say the answer is to, type of deal. But it's like all of a sudden things start falling into alignment, and that's going to be really cool. It moves us to our spirit message energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. And if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a rose in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced at random. So hit the bell notification so that you can be notified when that announcement is made. And if you're interested in purchasing a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. It's linked in the description box below. Blessed. I mean, seriously, Sagittarius. I mean, that's just what you are right now. It's like blessed. Thank you and seen, bow and let's move forward. So yeah, you're blessed. And it's seeing yourself as blessed. And it can be really easy to sit here and look at these cards and be like, you got it. But for a really long time, Sagittarius, that's why the worry comes up. You didn't know you got it. You didn't know you had it at all. You questioned, you doubted, you want to know the truth. Like Sagittarius energy, it's like, okay, I need to find the truth. I need to dive into the truth. I need to know the truth. You have been that way since you were little. Tell me the truth, even if it's not what I want to hear, let it be the truth. And so realizing that you're blessed when you've been questioning and seeking and looking and life has thrown you curveballs, that's a hard thing to do. And also, you're really hard on yourself. So being aware of that is important. This full moon on the 21st of June is the strawberry full moon. There's a sweetness to it that we are going to be feeling during this time. It moves us to our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Ooh, we have two that come out. Now, we have the sacral chakra reverse. The sacral chakra is where we hold our creative and sensual energy. The Earth Star chakra is Mother Earth. So we need to feel more inspired and also be more in tune with our bodies. So just being aware of that. It can be through exercise, it can be through meditation, it can be through breath work. Being more in tune with our bodies is going to open up our creativity and, even visualization if our bodies aren't as as able as we would want them to be, you know, visualizing, keeping that positive mindset and using visualization as our tool is going to be so important to us. And just seeing like light running through our veins is going to be a very powerful thing. And then with the Earth Star Chakra, located 6 inches below our feet, it's connecting with Mother Earth. It is connecting with the Earth and knowing that the Earth is fierce, right? It houses us. It it it's this big rock in space that we live on, right? But it's also intense, right? You don't always know when it's going to rain, right? You have thunderstorms and you have tornadoes and you have hurricanes and you have, blizzards. The earth is intense, and yet the earth is home. And so there's an intensity within our bodies, the home of our soul, that we are being aware of during this time as well. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels. The Fool. We don't want to make a fool out of ourselves. That's why, we're challenged with things. We're moving forward. We're the student, but we're worried what other people think of us. And, there's that old saying, what others think of you is what you think of me is none of my business type of deal. And if only we could actually, embody that within our lives, that would be great. But here we're worried about making a fool out of ourselves. We're worried about going off and just charging forward without thinking things through. And then we overthink things and we're never going to act because we just have to know everything about everything. And so it can be overwhelming. And yes, we can be like, that's it. I just need to start. And that is fantastic. But Spirit is saying here, start, but move, but start, but plan. Okay. Start doing what it is that you want to do. Don't just rush off and say, okay, this is it. I'm just going to do XYZ, and it doesn't matter, how it comes out as long as I get it done. Yes, for a mock-up or for something that takes like a trial run, that's great. But here, there's going to be an energy like, well, don't worry, you can just kind of wing it. And you don't want to do that. You just don't want to do that. No, you don't have to plan extensively, but you don't want to just charge forward, okay? And there's somebody around you who is very much irking on, like, just charge forward, just charge forward. You don't have to think about it too much, but you do have to plan. You don't want to overthink, but you want to think just enough, Doors open. Doors open. Sagittarius. There's a sense of like, oh, but I can do this. And you're the one who's opening the doors. It isn't like all of a sudden the door just magically open. You're the one opening the doors and saying, but I can do this and I can do that and I got this and I got that, because you're being patient with yourself. But you're also knowing that I don't have to be like the biggest and best in the room. I'm slowly growing, slowly and determinedly, moving forward towards what I want, towards what I need, towards what's important to me. And I'm learning how to celebrate myself and my changes. I'm learning how to go after where it is that I want to be and how it is that I want to be and what it is I'm opening the door to. And with the Four of Wands, there is the sense of celebration and connection and insight. And with the Strength card, there is also the sense of I see the strength within myself. So as I celebrate me, but also as I start saying yes to things, even things that are scary to me, as I start saying, yeah, I can try this. Yeah, I got this. Like, yeah, why not? Let's look, let's see. I realize my strength is not, again, being the biggest and best in the room. It's learning, it's studying, it's understanding, it's looking at the different angles of things, and it's taking it in. You're going to be like a sponge during this time. And especially, during this moon, you're just taking it all in. And it's going to be really cool because it's like, oh, I see this. Oh, I understand this. Oh, I got this. And then you're finding your voice because of this, because you're like, well, if I can do this, then of course I can like advocate for myself. And of course I can do that. And of course I got this. And you're starting to see what you've been training for, or you're also starting to see the things that you thought you were no good at. You're like, well, why did I think that? Like, why was I so harsh on myself? Why was I so negative towards me? And you will overthink, you will overanalyze, you will worry about what people think of you, and just be aware of that. It's like, okay, listen, I'm going to worry. I'm going to think like I look goofy while I do something. I'm going to get in my own head. And once we know, okay, I have a tendency to get in my own head, then I know how to get out of my own way. Or I can at least say, I'm in my own head. I need to get out of my own way. I would suggest doing something physical, again, to clear the mind and increase the dopamines. But also it's like, connecting with your mind, connecting with your thoughts, connecting with your words, connecting with your understanding. That's going to be so important for you. And it brings us to being a student. We're going to be in situations during this time and illuminated by this moon that we are learning. And we're going to say things to ourselves like, I wish I just wasn't learning all the time. Like, I wanted an easy win, and this isn't it. But it's going to continuously happen when we're doing something. It's like, I wanted an easy win, but what the heck is this, type of deal. So just be aware of that during this time. Connecting with your inner child and connecting with your inner voice is also going to be important. Now, you can also have a young air sign energy in your life who's going to teach you a heck of a lot and pull you out of your own head. And it's going to be like, well, if they can do it, I can do it, right? You're going to work well with others. Actually, you're going to have a lot of fun working with others. And there's a sense here of you seeing other people's talents. It's like, oh, they're talented in this. Oh, they're talented in that. Oh, they got this. Oh, they got that. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. And it brings you to this place of love. It brings you to this place of healing. It brings you to this place of greater understanding of you. You're having the two parts of you coming together. But this can also be a time of falling in love. Even just opening yourself up to the idea of falling in love, or falling in love with life, and falling in love with work, and falling in love with, something new that you're trying. You're like, wow, I really like this. Why has it taken this long for me to find it? Type of deal. And that's going to be so important and so beautiful here. It moves us to our subconscious spirit message, and it's blissful. Fill your life with bliss. Not every moment of every day can be absolutely joyous, but smile and let yourself be filled with joy. Let yourself be blissful. Let yourself follow your bliss and know that your bliss matters. It moves us then to our subconscious chakra message, which is the Earth Star Chakra. Again, coming through, we have the Earth Star Chakra with Mother Earth, and now we have the Earth Star Chakra with grounding. This is making sure we're planted in the right soil. This is respecting our roots and going deeper into the earth, into ourselves. It's like our roots are what form us. It doesn't mean that we have to go back into our genealogy. We might not know our genealogy, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. What this is saying here, and what the chakra energy is like, plant yourself. Know your roots. Know what you desire. Know what you want. Know how you need to stabilize yourself in this world, because that's what the root system does for a tree. As it grows up towards the sky, it is so fascinating to learn how water gets up into a tree, into the top of the tree, how it defies gravity. And so here, it all starts with the roots. And with us, it all starts with the way we connect with our earth, how we place our feet on the ground, and how we move forward in our lives. And that's going to be really important. And Spirit says, look at how you're planting yourself with grounding, with the Earth Star Chakra. It's like, I always hear, don't plant a cactus in the middle of a forest, and don't plant an oak in the middle of a desert. It's like, know your strengths, know who you are, and embrace it. Cherish you. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of, and this is the High Priestess. Be mindful of thinking other people's wisdom surpasses and should be followed more than your own wisdom. It is time to connect with your intuition, with yourself. It is time to open up our eyes, but we can also be finding it very overwhelming. And so when Spirit says, open up your eyes, open up your third eye chakra, we're like, hey, listen, I already have enough on my plate right now doing the mundane, the everyday. I cannot be sticking my toes into the spirit world. It will just be too much. So just be mindful about this. If we're not ready for the High Priestess energy to come forward in our lives, respecting it, understanding it, gracing it, and letting it go. And with the High Priestess as well, there is this real sense of, there's a fear of connecting that needs to be addressed, and Spirit will have it be addressed within us one way or another. So if we can get out ahead of this, that would be the best thing. It moves us then to our subconscious tarot message, and this is the Death card reversed. The Death card is Scorpio energy, time frame October 23rd to November 21st. If you're born on the cusp of Scorpio, or you have this energy in your chart, you can find it very challenging. So just being aware of that, but also knowing that this is a time of transformation. And this is a time where we are resisting transformation for one reason or another. And being aware of the resistance of that transformation is going to be so important to us, because the transformation evens out everything. And so we need to let ourselves, we need to let ourselves transform, but we're going to find it difficult. All right. Sagittarius, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. And please note that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Sagittarius. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.